I'm not gonna level up yet, I'll be coming back here shortly. Let me just show you something first. Well, first, this could be a decent soul farming area for the early game. You can just exit over here, the dragon will kill everything in the bridge, and you'll gain 555 souls each time. Just rest at the bonfire and repeat. So the correct way to go is down here. There are some enemies. There's this guy. And there's this guy too. Yeah, and this is Sparta. Goodbye. Secondly, if you want that weapon that I was talking about earlier, the weapon with no scaling, but that's great for early game. Well, you're gonna need a bow and some arrows, and you need to cut off the dragon's tail. You need to shoot it enough so it breaks, and you get a weapon. The Drake Swords. And you don't get a crossbow. You need a bow because you cannot free aim with a crossbow, I don't think. At least the last time I tried, you couldn't. Over here are a couple of rats. And then you can climb this ladder and you're in the Undead Parish. However, I want to do something different. We're going to go through the dragon. But before I do that, I'm going to engage in some jolly cooperation and aid some people defeat the Taurus demon. You'll see why soon enough. Need to... No, actually, I don't think it really matters. I do have 10 faith, okay. So we can help... We'll help 3 people. Place my sign here, and then we wait. Okay, I'm back. Wasn't lucky trying to be summoned. Probably not a lot of people around at this time, but I kinda just wanted to show you the co-op in play, but I guess that's not gonna happen for now. Okay, so I mentioned that we were going through the dragon. I'd better level up before I die. Almost forgot about that. Let's go full strength. See if we can get to 24 and use our Zweihander. Then I'll focus more on endurance and vitality. Actually get a couple of souls here. Okay, let's hide over here. So the dragon is up there. Oh, I got hit actually. So the dragon is up there. It's a bit of a problem, so you gotta wait here while he cannot reach us with a fire breath, and eventually he'll go down. I really hate these wonky physics. Okay, go! Gotta run. We can get a... Oh, wrong corpse. Let's hide here. We can open this gate. It'll remain open forever, so... And there's also a bonfire here. One more point in strength. The dragon is a bit too tough for you to defeat yet, so we won't be going there. And also, I wanted to help 3 people, because there is a covenant here. But you need 25 faith to join. The Warriors of Sunlight. It's a co-op. A co-op covenant. If you join it, your summon sign will actually be golden. And I think it will have priority over the other signs, so it's a decent covenant to join. It will also give you miracles. The lightning spear miracle once you join. And the great lightning spear at level 1. And you rank up in this covenant by offering sunlight medals. You can get these medals. There are a couple of them placed in the world, but the main way to get them is to help other players while being a part of this covenant, or summoning other players that are in the covenant, I think. And you get 1 medal after you help the player defeat the boss. So we only have 10 faith, so we cannot join, but there's a curious fact about this. If you help, for each people you help, the faith requirement is lowered by 5. I don't know how low can it get, but if we help 3 people, we get a faith requirement of 10 instead of 25, so we can actually get into the covenant. That's the main reason I wanted to show you the co-op aspect. Get rid of these guys. Yeah, enemies have Estus flasks too. You can interrupt them, so not a big deal. And you can get a claymore here. Got the wrong corpse when we went to the bonfire. The dragon is not gone though. If you go all the way back, he will reappear. Can I equip the claymore, or do I need more? I can actually. So we'll equip the claymore, which is better, a little less. Or do I have a lesser bonus? Interesting. But yeah, the claymore does more physical damage. It's also a bit slower. And you have this is the strong attack, and if we two-hand it, this is regular attack and the strong attack. There's a backstab. You can oh, and over here is the place where we would have if we climbed that ladder through the part with the rats, that's where we would have ended up. If you climb this, there's a Black Knight up there with a great sword, so once we get some more magic finds, we'll come and take them. Unless, of course, I completely forget, which will, yeah, that'll happen for sure. Okay, now there's a boar there. I believe he is weak to fire. You can lure him into this fire over here, but there's another thing you can do. You can actually do a jump attack onto him from these stairs if he's close. I'll turn around. There we go. They are heavily armored, so... Oh, and he dropped the helmet. Nice. Yeah, but they're heavily armored. so your weapons won't do that much damage. But I'm pretty sure they're weak to fire. I'm getting shot at. Let's not die. Here we have some alluring skulls. These, I think they attract certain types of enemies, although I never use them. I don't know if they're actually useful or not. Okay, that gate is closed, so we cannot go through there, even though we can open it from the other side, but we have to get to the other side. Over here is a trap. There are hollows on the side that you cannot see. Oh, and here you can see this very large weapon that actually hits the wall sometimes when you're trying to do a horizontal swipe. So yeah, be careful of narrow spaces. And these guys, do not underestimate these guys, even though they are the first enemy you encounter in the game. They can deal quite a lot of damage. Over here we have a mystery key. What does it do? Well, it's a mystery. Mystery to everyone. Well, I'll tell you later. Two more guys down, and let's get that item over there. Another soul. There are many different kinds of these souls. There are bigger ones, and they'll give you more souls for you to use when consumed. Anything in here? I don't think so. You don't need to break barrels or pots or anything, they don't drop anything, although sometimes they can hide certain items, but that's pretty rare, I think. We got a boulder knight. Let's see if I can sneak up on him and do a little backstab. Isn't quite not quite enough damage, but he's dead. That's what matters. We got a knight shield. You can also get every piece of starting armor in the game, even if you don't start with that class. Knight shields. Oh wow, it's actually worse. It is. It deals more damage if you bash people with your shields. Weighs more and has less durability. I've never realized how bad that shield was. Another spearman. Another dead spearman. And here we have enemies on both sides. Let's lure them in and do a thrusting attack. Oh no, you don't. Nothing here. Let's continue. So if we go this way, we can open the gate. Ow, kinda wanted to kick him. The backstab will do just nicely. And we have the basement key. And now I want to pull this lever. The gate is now open. And over on this side, you can get a halberds. Let's see, halberds. Where is it? It's a more thrusting type weapon. The bonuses aren't that great. And you need 12 dexterity to use, but... oh yeah, I cannot wield the weapon. You can use the weapon, but it won't do as much damage. Although there are weapons that you can... I think I can do it with this one. Yes, you see there's the little red cross saying that I don't have the necessary stats. Those are the necessary stats to use the weapon in one hand. If you use two hands, you can use this no problem. Although I'm not sure what kind of stats you need to do both hands. Not sure if it's half the stats, or is that in Dark Souls 2? Can't really remember. But yeah, you can use the weapon with both hands even if you don't have the full stats that you need to wield the weapon properly. Oh, I'm being sniped. Let's go back to the claymore. Take care of these guys. Now the crossbowman. Okay, another one down. Okay, this isn't the way you need to go, but we'll go over here anyway. There's a bonfire and a blacksmith ahead. As you can see by these sounds of the hammer. First, let's level up. 24 strength, now let's get... oh, I can't. Well, this will do for now. And let's switch to this Wayhander. I think we'll use this weapon for a while. At least until we can get something a bit better. So here's the blacksmith.
Well, you must be a new arrival. I'm Andre, a restorer. If you require smithing, then speak to me.
Now, blacksmiths are very important. They can... well, you can learn gestures, but that's not it. They allow you to reinforce your weapons, become more powerful, reinforce armor, get better defenses, repair your equipment, and also buy things from them. He sells a lot of weapons. How's this? Broadswords, desert swords. Yeah, my Zweihander is better. Yeah, they sell stuff, repair stuff, and reinforce your weapons. Reinforcing weapons is important, so they can become more powerful, so they get better at the late game. That's something that you will need to do, and when you do it, at certain points on certain weapons, you might get better parameter bonuses. For example, the C on the Zweihander, and I don't know if that happens or not, but it might become a B or even an A. To upgrade weapons, you will need these things that he sells. For example, these Titanite shards. Everything Titanite related will be used to reinforce weapons and armor. So for non-unique weapons, you have Titanite shards and you can upgrade them up to level 5. Then to level 10, for level 10 you will need large titanite shards. Up to level 14 you'll need titanite chunks, and to 14 to 15, which is the maximum level, you'll need a titanite slab, and those are quite rare. And there are other different kinds of weapons, but for the regular ones, that's it. What else? You can also... Oh, but you cannot reinforce more than +5 right away. You need to find a large ember first, and that will allow him to reinforce your weapons to +10, and a very large ember to +15. And there are many different kinds of embers as well. You can change your weapon. There are elemental embers. You can make a fire weapon, a divine weapon, an occult weapon, crystal weapons, magic weapons, what else? Chaos weapons. And they will all have different stats. And for example, I cannot modify this equipment because special ember required to ascend weapons. That's something you need to do when you want a weapon to go to +6 and to +11. You need to modify it to ascend it so the blacksmith can use the ember. And all these kinds of elemental weapons, they are weaker. I believe most of them are weaker than their normal counterparts in terms of raw physical damage. The scaling will be worse, but they will do elemental damage, and that can be very useful against certain types of enemies. Let's just exhaust the dialogue.
Most weapons and armor are mighty sturdy indeed, but every hunk of metal has its breaking point. If you notice durability running low, it's time to repair. You can ask a blacksmith like myself, or do it on your own with a grindstone. The nice thing about weapons, they never betray you, so pay them a little respect, eh?
So he just talks a little bit about all of this.
Weapon forging. There's reinforcement and there's ascension. Reinforcement is simple. It strengthens the weapon and nothing more. A simple task for any blacksmith. Hell, you could even do it yourself with a smith box. But ascension's a finer art. It alters a weapon's properties. Ascension is the territory of we blacksmiths. A smith box just won't do the trick. Start out with reinforcement. When that loses its charm, you can consider ascension. As you've noticed, this land is flush with the mad and wicked. You won't make it through the night without employing my services. You can forge armor just like you do weapons. Forging armor is even easier than forging weapons. Whether you forge weapons or armor first, well, that's up to you. But nobody wants to see you go hollow. So whatever you do, you'd better do it well.
Okay. We've exhausted the dialogue. Okay, so what else? I don't think there's any more to it actually. Oh, armor caps at +5, and you cannot ascend the armor. I think that pretty much covers it. Oh, titanite. You can find titanite in the world, and you can also farm it off some enemies. Oh, and for the elemental weapons, there will be different types of titanite. There will be red titanite, blue, green, twinkling titanite for special types of weapons, and demon titanite, again for some special types of weapons too. Do I have any? I don't.